You know the song. Come on, that pulsating synth beat, those super dramatic vocals. It's an instant 80s flashback. It's basically the sound of a decade. But what if I told you that one of the most infectious dance hits of the 80s is secretly one of its darkest stories? Well, today, we are pulling apart Animotion's Obsession.
It really all starts with this one line. And on the surface, it sounds poetic, right? Almost beautiful. But the more you actually think about it, the more unsettling it gets. I mean, you don't capture something you love, you capture something you want to own. This single lyric, this is the key that unlocks the song's entire hidden meaning.
So what's the verdict? Is Obsession just a super passionate anthem about overwhelming desire? Or is it a psychological thriller that's been sneakily set to a dance beat? That's the exact question we're going to answer.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about the song as we all remember it. Just a massive, inescapable 80s classic.
Musically, this track is the entire 80s distilled down into like 3.5 minutes. It's got everything. That signature synth-pop sound, layers of keyboards, a rock-solid electronic beat, and a groove that feels like it was scientifically engineered to force you onto the dance floor.
And yeah, the world absolutely responded, peaking at number 6 in the US and number 5 in the UK. Obsession wasn't some minor hit. No way. This was a global phenomenon. Literally everyone was dancing to the song. All right, now for the good part. Let's peel back that shiny synth-pop surface and take a look at the darkness that's been hiding underneath all this time.
This is it. Right here you can see the song's central conflict laid bare. On one side you have the music, totally upbeat, major key, you want to dance to it. But then you look at the lyrics and whoa, they paint a much darker picture of a desire so suffocating it's all about ownership. I feed you, I drink you, you are a possession. I mean, these are not romantic lines. They're actually pretty chilling.
With lyrics like that, it's really no surprise Obsession is often talked about in the same breath as the Police's Every Breath You Take as a classic stalker anthem. The genius, and honestly, the danger, of the song is that the music makes you feel good, it makes you want to dance, and it completely distracts you from the really disturbing story it's telling.
So where did all this intensity even come from? Well, the answer is deeply personal. One of the co-writers, Michael Despars, was actually in recovery from heroin addiction at the time. He channeled that all-consuming, destructive nature of addiction right into the song's lyrics, but he cleverly disguised it as a romantic fixation. And that butterfly line? Yeah, that wasn't just some poetic choice. It was lifted directly from the 1965 film The Collector, a terrifying story about a man who kidnaps a woman he's obsessed with, keeping her like a specimen in his collection. Once you know that, the song is never, ever the same.
So how in the world does a song inspired by addiction and a psychological horror movie become a global dance hit? That's the next and maybe craziest piece of this puzzle.
The song's journey was this incredible transformation. So it starts with that dark, cinematic inspiration. The original demo was this tense, moody duet that was buried in some obscure 80s movie. But then, a producer named John Ryan gave it the Animotion makeover, injecting it with all this bright, bombastic synth-pop energy. You add in a super stylish MTV video, and boom, you have the version that completely conquered the world.
But you know, the story doesn't just stop at 1985. Not even close. For the last 40 years, pop culture has been, well, obsessed with Obsession.
The song's cultural afterlife has been just wild. Back in the 80s, it was the theme for both professional wrestling and erotic thrillers. In the 2000s, it defined the retro cool of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And more recently, it's found a totally new home in the horror genre, underscoring everything from social media stalking to, yeah, a cannibalistic dance scene in the movie Fresh.
And beyond just those specific moments, the song basically became the go-to audio cue for the 80s. It was the theme for high-fashion TV shows, and it's popped up in everything from serious dramas like Dallas Buyers Club to animated comedies like American Dad. It's a true piece of cultural shorthand.
Okay, so this brings us to the final and I think the most important question. After all these years, why does this song still have such a powerful hold on us?
The answer, really, is in its central contradiction. It's that unresolved tension between the joyful music and the sinister lyrics that makes it so powerful. It never just settles into being one thing, which means filmmakers and showrunners and all of us, we can constantly pour new meanings into it.
It's become what you might call a reusable cultural object. Think of it like a tool in a creator's toolbox.
If you need to evoke 80s nostalgia, you grab Obsession. If you need to create a sense of stylish, erotic danger, you use Obsession. If you need a moment of really dark, ironic humor, you get the picture. The song has become this incredibly powerful and versatile tool.
Which leaves us with one last thought to chew on. The song was written about a powerful, inescapable fixation. But after 4 decades of being replayed, remixed, recontextualized, and rediscovered, you have to wonder, maybe the song itself has become our culture's true, enduring obsession.